New at 6 tonight, 18 dogs seized by animal control will spend the holidays at the shelter while Metro decides whether to file criminal charges against the woman who owned them. She says she rescued the dogs. Well, the county says she's a hoarder. Contact 13 Chief Investigator Darcy Spears continues her coverage of this rescue gone wrong.
These dogs are like my babies, my children.
So why then would she allow some of them to look like this?
There were several that were too thin. I understand. Yes, I accept that.
The case of Terry Askew's 18 dogs has Judge Rob Baer speaking primarily from the heart.
They say every dog has its day. I guess this is my day to have the dogs.
Askew has been under investigation since October 21st when Metro and Animal Control seized and impounded all of her dogs.
They're claiming that the dogs were emaciated. Somebody actually said starving to death and at death's door. Really? That was not the case.
She admits being over the legal limit for animals. The county allows 3. She had 18.
These are rescues. They're not normal dogs.
She fed them a raw diet and knows some weren't getting enough to eat, but in a prior interview, she told Contact 13,
none of them were deprived of food. It was a matter of balancing. I had too many dogs. Period.
In court today, she told Judge Baer all the dogs have special needs and some have severe medical issues.
The day that the dogs were seized, I wasn't given an opportunity to explain the conditions of the dogs.
It looks like she'll get that chance after Judge Baer extended this temporary restraining order to protect the dogs and keep them in the county's care while Metro continues to pursue possible charges of felony cruelty. After her dogs were seized, Terry had to pay a $2,700 care bond to the Animal Foundation, but that was only enough for half the dogs, and 4 of them ended up on the shelter's transfer list. If they'd been adopted out or euthanized, it would have been like destroying evidence in an ongoing case.
If there were a criminal prosecution, I don't know what the nature of the charges would really be, but maybe the dogs themselves are the best evidence.
Many of Askew's dogs do appear healthy, and she believes some, like this one, are getting sick and even injured in the county's care.
My biggest concern is if any dogs deteriorate, which they are, they're losing weight in the shelter. They're not used to eating kibble. They're not used to being in this stressful environment.
She admits to some neglect, but even the judge said it looks like she had good intentions and got in too deep.
I understand my predicament and how I must look to the public right now. I do. I understand. However, never did I ever do anything intentionally to harm these dogs. Never.
Metro and Animal Control can't talk about this because it's an open investigation. Terry has not been criminally charged. Her civil case will be back in court on January 5th, and Contact 13 will be following it closely. Darcy Spears, 13 Action News.